Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the sad story of Emily and Buns. Last time we left off, Toma had a weird feeling about Emily and the grave where a bunch of people died on the same day. And we learned about Emmeline and Cornelia and their sweet little love that they had together, and that Emmeline is me and I am Emmeline. If you apparently we're just cut from the same tree. Is that a saying? I don't know. Anyways, let's go on to the more literate story of Emmeline and Cornelia. If only Emmeline and Cornelia could have continued to spend their time together in so sweet a manner, smiling and laughing, or else bickering pointlessly and making one another pout, yet always parting with words of love and kisses stolen beneath the warm summer sun. Unfortunately, such moments cannot last forever. The splendors of the summer soon faded, and the leaves began to turn brown. And the wind gained a sharp edge that made Emmeline shiver. It was also during the autumn months that Philip Burns returned home for the first time in half a year. This reunion, however, was not quite as happy as the previous ones had been. Um, Philip Burns had always been a small man, yet he seemed even smaller during the biting cold September. He stooped more than usual when he entered rooms, if he entered them at all, for he had now developed a habit of lingering, ghost-like, about the threshold of his own home as though afraid of stepping inside. It was almost as though during his 6 month sojourn in London he had lost something crucial to his constitution, his sense of self, or else his soul. Philip's feet were still planted firmly upon the earth, but he was divorced from the world around him. He drifted about aimlessly, like a somnambulist. Ew. Yet was restless within his dream world, incapable of sitting still for more than 5 minutes at a time. He looked at things without seeing them, ate food without tasting it, held objects without touching them. Once he tried to pick up a glass during dinner, and used so little force it slipped between his fingers, smashing into pieces against the floor. Even when he spoke to Emmeline, it was without any really real feeling, like he was reciting words from a play script, and Philip Burns had never been a very good actor. He was not like Cornelia's father, who had so much huff and puff he could have blown down even the brick home built by the most industrious of the three little pigs. Philip Burns was far too honest. And that was the worst thing. It was because he was an honest man that Emily knew, though he tried to keep the truth from her. Something was wrong. Something was terribly, terribly wrong. But she did not know what. Why do you have a bonnet now on? Is that what? That's called a bonnet, right? The thing on her head? I like that. They're wearing the exact same thing as they were last term. No judging, but come on. Are you alright, Emmy? Oh, snap, I pushed the wrong button. Hmm. Emmeline blinked, brushing a few strands out of her hair. Oh my god. Brushing a few strands out of hair out of her face. Oh, that wasn't me. that was a honest to goodness typo. Brushing a few strands of hair out of her face and turned. Why do you ask? Was my face contorted in a curious manner? I suppose you could say that. You have been acting rather more despondent than usual, that is all. Huh. A cat-like smile crossed Emmeline's lips. She leant forwards until her nose was only inches apart from her companion's and said in hushed tones, "Are you worried about me, Nellie? I was worried about you, but I shall not worry any longer if you insist upon acting like that." Emmeline only giggled, unmoved by Cornelia's protestations, and rearranged her hair. "Seeing you blush always cheers me up, my dear Cornelia. So you admit you were feeling unhappy earlier?" "Just a touch. I cannot help myself, not when father has been acting in such a peculiar manner. He shambles about the house like an animated corpse, like the misunderstood creatures from Mr. Shelley's novel." "Mr. Shelley? I thought the author of Frankenstein was was Mrs. Shelley, not her husband. Oh, I am unsure of the details, Nellie. Mother says a woman could not have written such a twisted tale, and I do not know what I should believe. In any event, it doesn't particularly matter. Go fuck yourself. Probably not, no. Emmeline ran a hand through her auburn curls. Or at least she tried to. She soon found her bonnet got in. I was about to say, I don't think you could do that with a bonnet. She found she soon found that her bonnet got in the way of this gesture, so she untied the ribbon beneath her chin and removed the offending garment. She let her bonnet sit in her lap, as a mother might with a newly born babe. So they're sitting down? So many mixed signals game! And played with the light green ribbon, twisting it about the wrist of her right arm. The sensation of the smooth, soft material against her skin was comforting, like a caress. To be quite honest, I have been feeling rather concerned about father. Just this morning he missed a stair during his descent into the hallway and sprained his ankle. He could have broken his leg. But he did not? No, he did not. He does look rather undignified now, though, limping everywhere like an invalid. Oh, Emmy. Emmeline shifted, still playing with the ribbon of her bonnet. The look on Cornelia's face was too somber for a playful force sprite such as herself, and it was unsettling. She did not want to think about her father. She had retreated to the Linton's estate despite the protestations of Miss Warren. You have not finished your history lesson, Emmeline. I doubt you could tell Queen Elizabeth apart from a hole in the ground. I mean, one's a person and the other one's a hole in the ground, so I mean, you could have done better than that, Miss Warren. So she could avoid thinking about her father. This was rather new for Emmeline. She had always loved being with her father. Now, however, she found herself seeking any recourse available to her to avoid him. She had retreated to the Lintons' estate despite the. Oh, I already read that. Okay. Read that again. Seeing him like this, so small and sad, shuffling about his home like a repentant sinner, was too painful. When you return home, would you give your father my regards? Mother is awfully concerned about him, and you too, Emmeline. Beatrice Linton would be concerned. She had always loved poking her nose into other people's business. She, she is not doing it because she enjoys idle gossip. You should know better than anyone that my mother deplores that kind of behavior. She believes it to be most unpleasant. She cannot help but feel worried, given what she has read in the papers lately. Oh, shit! Your family has a great deal invested in the East Anglian Railways, do they not? This is my favorite face on Emmeline. Do not talk to me about business, Nellie. I can't understand it at all. I'm not sure you could if you tried. Oh, sorry. I am sure you could if you tried. You have just been raised to believe that you should not bother. Gosh, you sound more and more like your mother every day. I am starting to think that Cornelia's mother is Bae. Emmeline exhaled, tightening the ribbon of her bonnet about her wrist so much so it started to hurt. Though the material was soft, intended for wear by young women with silken skin who had never worked a day in their privileged little lives, it chafed when she wound it as such about her wrist. It was strange, Emmeline mused, how something so innocuous as a ribbon could cause harm when it was used in malicious intent. Oh, is that foreshadowing, bitch? This world was more dangerous than anyone. Oh my god. This world was more dangerous. Yep, this is 100% foreshadowing. This world was more dangerous than it should have ever truly given it credit for. That I butchered that sentence. Than she had ever truly given it credit for. There we go. Even the lake, which she had often gazed upon with Cornelia. Oh, well, there goes that. Upon with Cornelia, could be hiding some sinister secrets within its depths. I apologize, Nellie. I don't mean to snap at you. I have been rather highly strung as of late. It must be because of the atmosphere at home. Do not fret, Emmy. I understand. You do? Not entirely. Not entirely. Backtrack. Not entirely, but I will try to. I do care about you after all. Thank you, Nellie. The two girls looked at one another, unusually shy, hesitant, their faces lightly flushed. Then with a touch, Cornelia leant forward. Whoa! 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 Cornelia, being the instigator this time. I'm all about this type of Cornelia. Then with a touch, Cornelia leant forward, brushing the tips of her fingers against Emmeline's wrist. You should not do that. What? Fiddle with your bonnet like that? Because it's unbecoming of a lady? Because you are hurting yourself. Your poor hand has gone white. The blood cannot flow through your body properly if you impede it like that. And your hands, by contrast, still appear to be a little red, Nellie. I am Emmeline. She is deflecting. I am her. Emmeline giggled and began to unwind the ribbon from her wrist. I know the song. I feel like I know this song. I feel like maybe is this not copyrighted music? Because I feel like I know the song. Are you still yet to master the sacred art of the cross stitch? That, that is neither here nor there. I'm trying to comfort you, Emmeline. And you have been doing a wonderful job. Gazing upon your many imperfections always cheers me. You are so cruel, Emmeline. Sometimes I feel like you do not truly love me. You just love toying with me. I can do both. Now, where did you get a silly idea like that? Emmeline smiled, a touch less sarcasm than before, and she leant forwards. Then, moving quickly... what the fuck is a kittiwake? What the fuck is it a bird? Then, moving quickly, as a kittiwake might pluck a fish out of the water, she pressed a chaste kiss against the corner of Cornelia's lips. I love you more than ever. Nothing could cool my feelings for you, not a raging storm or a howling wind. Cornelia pressed one hand against her cheek gingerly. The spot where Emmeline had kissed her tingled. It felt much like being poked with a sewing needle, a sensation. Oh, a sensation Cornelia was depressingly familiar with, yet it was not unpleasant. Your blushes are truly beautiful, Cornelia. They would even outdo the roses in the midst of summer. It makes me wish I could kiss you every single second of the day, if it would always elicit such a lovely response. I do not think my heart would be able to cope with such a constant slew of affection. You would kill me, Emmy. And what better way would there be to die than to be kissed fervently by a girl you love? And with a light giggle, even breezier than that of the coastal air, Emmeline pressed another kiss against the side of Cornelia's mouth. You, you, you know, you should ask for permission before you do that. I'm not quite as hungry for your affection as you are. So you say, but you did not offer much resistance. This bitch. That sounds like something Aubrey would say. Never. I would not. I would. You. Never. You would not seek to compare me to that cur again, would you, Nellie? I am simply saying what I see. You claim to dislike Aubrey, but you grow more and more like him with every passing day. That is a lie! Libel! Slander! Take it back! No. Take it back, I said! I refuse. Well, I insist. If you want me to change my mind, you will have to insist harder than that. Alright then, how is this? Alright then, how about this? With a devilish glint in her eyes, which would have been evident enough only a couple of centuries past to try her as a witch. Oh god, Emmeline shifted forward and began her merciless assault. Not even William of Normandy, as he drove back the armies of Harold Godwinson during the Battle of Hastings, would have conceived of such brutality. Whoa. Emmy, stop that. Cornelia kicked and squealed, pushed back against the ground by Emmeline's sudden siege, but it was no avail. Emmeline had an element of surprise on her side, and she had taken a clear advantage. Cornelia blinked up at Emmeline, squirming like a hooked fish as Emmeline sat astride her. Skirts rucked up her thighs, her fingers trailing across Cornelia's toned body, beneath her chin, under her arms, against her sides. For the purposes of this, I'm just gonna pretend they're like 18, okay? These kids are 18. Totally of age, and this is not creepy AF at all, okay? They just look a little young, but they're totally 18 of age. Nothing creepy about this. Was there any war tactic more vicious, more wicked, more devious than that of tickling? And this was not just any tickling. Oh no, this was extreme tickling. That would surely end in bloodshed. Emmy, stop! Get off of me! Cornelia implored breathlessly, choking on the words from beneath her pursed lips, but the indomitable Emmeline remained unmoved. No, I will not. Not until you recant what you said. That you that you will like Aubrey? Indeed, admit it to be nothing more than a lie. I may spare you your life, and I may spare you your life. No, 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 never. I stand by my word. Then I will stand by my actions. I will not stop until you surrender, Nellie. I warn you, I can be very persuasive when I want to be. Her eyes hardening like steel of a sword blade, Emmeline dipped her head and began to press kisses against Cornelia's neck. They are 18, it is okay, they just look a little bit young, okay? That is canon. That is canon. We're making a canon for this. I don't care. We're retconning that shit. They are 18. No one said how much time has passed. No one says when this story started. This is a story, as Emily said. Something she just made up. They're 18, okay? Are we good? Moving on. Cornelia's dress had begun to slip down her shoulders, and there was a good ideal. Sorry. Cornelia's dress had begun to slip down her shoulders, and there was a good deal of pale pink skin and on show, more than would have been deemed socially acceptable. You rogue! You would attack a helpless young girl? You're 18. Only because this helpless young girl is attempting to defile my honor. So you would seek to defile me? Well, I wonder. Cornelia squealed as though she had been doused in water and redoubled her efforts to escape, but it was all in vain. Alright. The two girls continued to bicker playfully, giggling even as the warmth of the sun began to dissipate, and an autumnal chill set into the air. I'm gonna take a quick drink. At that moment, as the day drew to a close, the two girls may truly have believed, with their rumpled clothes and disordered hair and flustered cheeks, that this could last forever. Um, you know, with that, we'll leave it there. We'll leave on a happy note. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Next time we will see what becomes of the stock market and Emmeline's family. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to be nice to each other. Don't forget to be compassionate. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.